Hi, it's Aaron from the Mind Body Project. Welcome back to part 2. So we're discussing why more money for mental health service will not change a goddamn thing, especially if it's running exactly the same way or pretty much the same way as it's doing now. So I've gone into that video, I've gone on the points of why I think that is the case. Now, I don't like giving out loads of problems and giving loads of people grief without coming up with some sort of solutions to what I think would actually help solve or resolve those problems. Some of them are organisational or to do with the government and how they can do things, but then some of them are to do with you personally as well, because I think that everybody should take responsibility for health. So the first thing then I'm going to come up with as a solution is this. Right now, if you're working and if you're enjoying life at the moment, put money aside each month so that you can go and see someone who gets results. So this is number one. Put money aside right now. Have a mental health budget. Yeah, just put it into savings and save it each month, so that if you can get into difficulty, then you do not have to wait in a queue for 8 weeks to 2 years to get help, because that may be too late. Yeah, so make sure you do it now, because you do not want to have to rely on these services. Yeah, so do that now. Just put a little bit aside each month. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just put some money aside each month so that you can go see someone like someone who's really committed, congruent, someone who actually gets results, and actually because you can always use the mainstream service, but if that doesn't work for you, then you can come and see someone like me, who will then help you in a different way to what they will. Yeah, and that could be, it doesn't have to be me specifically, but someone out there who gets results, who can come and help you. Yeah, so that's solution number one, and that's more of your responsibility. 2, so do not listen to health professionals who tell you that you can't change. Yeah, in fact, if you hear a health professional saying that to you, I want you to have this music playing in the background in your head. I just want it to click on automatically, and it's going to do this. Yes, Eldine, you can't, there's no way you can do it. That's what I want to hear now. Yeah, that's what I want music going in your head. As soon as someone says you can't do something, automatically get that in your head. Yeah? And then you want to go, okay, I just need to pop out for a second and then go and book someone else. Yeah, they shouldn't. There's no point in being there. If they're saying, oh, we can't do this, what are you there for? What's the point in being there? Now, unfortunately, a load of people are trained to say you can't get rid of things, but you can get coping mechanisms or coping skills so you can live with the problem. A lot of people are trying to do that because they don't really know how to get rid of the problem for themselves and for other people as well. So they're not congruent. So you want to get a congruent health professional, someone who actually walks their talk and does it themselves, who can get rid of their own phobias and their own anxiety and their own depressions on their own. That's the people that you want to see, yeah, because it can be done. So that music plays every single time someone tells you, oh, you can't get rid of the problem. Yeah, and then you just go and find someone else. You have a little chuckle to yourself and then go off and find someone else who knows what they're damn well doing. Okay? So that's up to you as well. The next thing, this is number 3, take responsibility for your own health. I've already mentioned that. Take responsibility. It's too important to allow it to go to somebody else, because you have to live with you all the time. When you go and see somebody else, after they've finished work, that's it, man. I'm enjoying my own life now. Yeah, so you are always living with you. Yeah, so you have to take care of your health yourself. Do not give that responsibility to anybody else. Yeah, Anybody else that gives you advice are coaches. Yeah, they're coaches. That's what they essentially are. But you ultimately make the decision based on the advice that you're getting from your coaches. Yeah, but you ultimately can go, you know what, I'm going to go and research this a little bit more, coach, because I want more information. I want to understand it a little bit more. Or I don't really agree with your opinion, so I'm going to go and just find out a few more first of all to see if there's a consensus on that. Take full responsibility for that. Yeah, you want to be on the cause side of the equation. You don't want to be on the effects side of the equation as well. So what that means is, there you go, there's another song there. That's what you hear. I can't do it. I can't. That comes in as well. Yeah. So, but you don't want to be on the effects side of the equation where it's like everything's happening to you. That's a mindset issue. And this is number 4. So mindset change. You want to make sure, I hear a lot of times, or I see a lot of times on Facebook or on Twitter or on or people saying it to themselves, or YouTube videos where this is happening to me. Yeah, this is happening to me. This is the biggest and most destructive thing out there. When you believe that things are happening to you and it's not your cause, then what happens is that's when you begin to suffer. Yeah, so the formula for unhappiness is where you have your life conditions do not meet your expectations. Yeah, so that's unhappiness. But where suffering happens is where your life conditions do not meet your expectations and you're not in control. That's when suffering happens. And that is a mindset thing. So if things are going bad now for me, and I've done a video on this, when things were going bad for me, so you can go and look that up, when things were going terrible for me. So go and watch what I did. Yeah, because I went, you know what, it wasn't other person's fault, it was this fault, or it wasn't me, but I had to take responsibility and say, okay, I've chose that, I've chosen my reaction, I've chosen what I'm going to do, I've chosen my mindset, I've chosen I did this unconsciously or consciously, I don't care, right, but now I'm done with it. But now I'm going to learn how to get out of it. And that's what I had to do, and I did it very quickly indeed. It's hard for people to do that. It's hard because you've been conditioned to believe that, for example, depression just happens to you, or anxiety is just a thing from out of the air, just a disease that you catch. And I've studied this for 15 years and it's nothing to do with that. That's why I can deal with things easier, because I know that I keep away from that stupid nonsense when people say that to me. But if you believe that this is happening to you, and if there's nothing you can do about it, then it's suffering. And there are people in that state, and they hate hearing they hate hearing what I'm saying now. And I've had clients who've just hated me saying this to them, but then the next week they come back and they're all right. So it's a big thing to accept, but it will set you free. Because once it's your responsibility, once you're in control again, then now you can learn, and learning is the key. Yeah, so once you can learn, then that's where you can create new things. Because right now you're what I say is everybody's in a trance. You're in a driving trance, you can be in a relaxation trance, you could be in a work trance, you could be in a TV trance, you can be in a music trance, you could be in a drumming trance. But then you've also got a happiness trance, and you've got a depression trance, an anxiety trance. All of these, for me, the way that I understand hypnosis now is everyone's in a trance. My job is to get you into a different trance. Yeah, that's what I need to do. But to do that, you're going to have to take responsibility so you can follow new instructions. Yeah, and break these patterns. Because at the moment it's automated. So things are so the depression, you're saying, hey, it's not my fault. But what really is going on is it's automated. But what I'm saying is you can deal with the automation. So you're automatically feeling bad, and you feel that you can't do anything about it. And what I'm saying is, you can deal with the automation part. It's not that hard to deal with once you know how. But nobody has been telling you how to do it, because you're seeing people who are like with clown music. Yeah, so those are the type of people you've been seeing who have been telling you take this drug, take this drug, take this drug, because they don't know what to do. And these drugs don't work because they don't cure anything. So that you just keep going in a circle and circle and circle. Now, the worst thing, and these are the things that are going to keep you stuck as well, because I've seen this on social media, is when people say these three things. Why? They keep going, why? If they just found out why. If they just found out why it happens. Yeah? That's going to keep you stuck. It doesn't matter why. Who cares? I'm never going to why. Why will just open up. Your unconscious mind is trained to answer anything that you ask it. If you say why, it will just make up some stuff that are not necessarily true. It'll just make up stuff, and then you'll go around in circles. Yeah, it doesn't matter about why. Yeah, that's nothing to do with what's going on. Yeah, it's just about what you do, what's the steps, what's the instructions to get out of it. That's all you need to know. Yeah, the rest of usually people find out why later on. Once they've gone through it and come out the other side, then they know why. Not during. Yeah, you have to get out the other side first, then you know why. The other thing is what if I could do, what if I just did this, what if I did that, what if I only did this? That will keep you stuck. Yeah, that's another thing to keep you stuck. The other thing is as well, why don't you understand me? Yeah, why people are going like, people should need to understand me. Why should they? Every single person on earth has problems. Yeah, they're in their own trance, like I said before. Why should they understand you? Why do you not? Do you understand them? Yeah. So here's how it goes, and this is Les Brown's. Because I used to do that as well. I used to go around and say, like if only people understand what my problem. People need to understand me and my problem. And it's like, but then I was sitting there going, how many hours or how many days am I going to talk to everybody? Talk to everyone at the bus stop, the train station, and in queues for cinemas, and all these people, that me telling my story to people, you should understand me. And I was going on and on and on and on and on and on. And as Les Brown says, 80% don't care. And 20%, well, glad it's me. So it was like, this me telling me, do you know what they did to me? And it's like, who cares? Get away from me before they come back. That's what they're saying to me. It's funny now, but I know it's not funny to some of you in these situations, but you've got to understand that it doesn't matter. It's what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? And that's what I like to say to myself. What am I going to do now? Because you've been doing things that don't work. So what are you going to do now? Yeah, you've taken this drug, you've taken this drug, you've taken this drug. How's that done? Have you tried exercise? Have you tried aggressive nutritional strategies? Have you tried mindfulness? Have you tried NLP? Have you tried hypnosis? Have you tried tapping techniques? What else have you tried? Have you tried sleeping more? Doing specific exercises around aerobic exercises or weight training exercises to make you more tired, to get you more sleep? What have you put in your diet? Have you taken sugar out of your diet, taken processed foods out of your diet? What else have you tried? Have you tried taking vitamin D supplements? How's your omega-3? Seafood? Have you taken out mercury out of all of this as well? So what have you tried? If you've only taken drugs, then you haven't tried enough. There's always a way. Yeah, and it's up to you. You've got to find a way to do it. The other thing is as well, number 5, and this is the last one, so I'll leave you with this one. If I was in charge of health in the UK, I would actually come up with an alternative health system or complementary health system. So I would do that as well. So I'd leave the health system because that would focus on the disease part now. But then anyone, like for example, mild to moderate depression, anxiety, phobias, weight loss, any of those type of issues, I'd put them to the alternative health service. And I'd have people going in there. And I'd have groups of people, and I'd put them on 12-week educational programs, and actually things that you actually do in there. I'll show you specifically what to do for a specific problem, so it goes there and there. Yeah, and that's essentially what I want to be creating, and I'm going to be doing my trainers next year, and I'm going to be doing that, so it's more mind-body coaching. If you're not, right now, the mental health service, they do not know too much about even the microbiome in the gut, which is an important thing that has changed everything, because the gut-brain connection or the mind-body connection is basically mental. There isn't a mental health anymore, it's mind-body health. And the moment the research doesn't seem to have gone through to people, and I say that it's not that they don't know about it, it's that they've not implemented anything. So if you don't do it, then for me, you don't know. So you need to be doing it. And I would come up with an alternative health or complementary health system. And I'd send people, it's like, moderate, okay, right, we're going to there, you're going to join this group, and we're going to show you what to do specifically. So that's what, and then anyone that's like, I mean, you can even chuck people with severe depression in there as well. But then anyone else that comes through, that goes through, needs to go through, who's severe mental health, they can go through that, the NHS system, so the National Health System. So that's what I would personally do. So there are my, so there's a few solutions there for you, but I think that the important things to take away is that you have to take control of this, because right now that system, they put more money in it, okay, but they're still doing the same things that cause relapse, or they're still training you to live with the problem. Yes, you may have some coping mechanisms from CBT, yeah, you may have that, but if the problem still automates, you haven't dealt with the problem, you've just learned to live with the problem. So let's start taking apart the automation, the automated part, because that's the part that people say is happening to me. That's what people mean by that, and you can deal with that. Yeah, that's the part you can actually deal with now. Your brain is a learning machine, and what it does is it learns things extremely well, extremely quickly. If you keep accessing emotions, then you're going to become better at accessing emotions. So sitting there talking about traumas all day will make it so that you can access the state of a trauma quicker, easier, and more powerful. So we need to start focusing on happiness. Well, when we're happy, let's focus on those things. And if you can't do that, then that's what exercise is for. That's what nutritional stuff's for, making you feel good. Yeah, that's the basic. If you're not taking care of that, the basic elements of a human being, which is sleep, exercise, and nutrition, it's not going to work. Okay? So thank you very much for paying attention for so long. I hope you enjoyed it. So please leave comments and like and share. And hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much. Bye.